welcome to Centurion's Corner, and today we are reviewing from the G.I. Joe Classified Series line, Duke. Now, as you know, I'm going through the actual G.I. Joe lines and I'm trying to pick up some older figures before they go up in price. And this one is actually second hand. I managed to pick him up for just a normal standard price, and he's boxed, so we can actually give him a full review. So here is in his blister pack. We've got his not his picture down here, but we've got his guns and accessories. I'm not too sure if there's anything behind this part here, and we'll find out soon enough. But at least he's got his backpack. Rolling around to this side, we've got more of Duke, kind of a bit of a strange kind of art that they've used on this one here, very kind of comic-y. Going around to the back, we've just got that kind of spread that we've always had, and this is one of the first ones, so they're not all there. On the side is number 4 with his attributes. So I guess without further ado, let's crack this bad boy open. So here he is in his blister pack. Obviously there was no hidden accessories down here, so we can take him out for our first impressions. And just pulling him out, and yeah, does look pretty cool. It's quite a quite a beefy figure, a bit like Flint, to be honest with you. So I'm going to go away, put him through his poses, and we'll see him. Away, put him through his pictures, and what can I say about this guy? Well, actually, for the first early range of G.I. Joes, it's actually not too bad. I think it's a pretty good figure. I do think the colours are a little bit drab, and I do know that this was the first ever Duke that was released with those sort of glarish kind of colours there, and you can actually pick him up now where he's actually got more of a kind of a subdued colour, and there's also a Tiger Force version as well. But yeah, lo and behold, I'm actually going to sort of customise this guy at the end of the review anyway, to bring him into a more traditional kind of way. So he comes with quite a few accessories. He comes with this kind of sort of blaster or assault rifle, I guess. It is a bit of a strange, bit futuristic here on the side. So taking this off, we can actually go through the actual details. It's actually got the scope, or 2 scopes there with a red dot, I guess. These cartridges aren't removable like the newer ones, but you can actually hold it in both hands on there. I'm not too sure what's going on with this like fluorescent yellow, or light blue at the end here, but I do like the gold kind of accent colours to it, which is pretty cool. And then going to the front, so they're not actually got like an actual physical barrel there, so I guess they're trying to get away with laser guns. But I know some of these were based on sort of like some Nerf concept as well, if I'm not mistaken. He actually has a blaster on his side, so for his sidearm. It's not too bad, it's just like a standard handgun. Just trying to pull this out there, with the actual gold accents again, just quite square base and stuff, quite regular. Which is pretty cool. Around on the back of his belt, we've actually got some binoculars there that you can actually unattach from there, so they just sit on the peg system that go into the back, just like so. You can hold them into his hand, but they feel quite small and fiddly. Details are okay, but I kind of wish they were done in full black or some kind of gunmetal there on the side. So finicky, can't even hold it. And then just on those parts there, so even putting it to his head, I do feel like they're a little bit too small. In my opinion, I kind of rather them to be a little bit large, not too much, but just a little bit larger. But then I guess putting it onto the belt, they would have looked a little bit too silly. On the back, we've got a nice backpack here, done in a very sort of standard flat green, as well as the actual spade as well. No extra colours or no other accents over on it, unfortunately, but it's quite nice to have a backpack for these guys, and it fits in the peg system into the back. It is very secure. It doesn't go through the actual bandolier, which is a bit annoying because I'd like to have something that holds it in place, because it does move around quite a bit. So with the actual articulation wise, his head, he can turn left, he can turn right, he can look down this far and look back. It's got a bit of upper neck movement, so he got a bit of swagger. Tiny little bit of lower neck movement there, but it's kind of hindered by this shirt. Full rotation at the arm, which comes up to this far, and then we've got a butterfly joint inside there. It's very stiff at the moment, must be the cold. And we've got rotation here at the upper arm. Got a double elbow joint here as well, rotation at the wrist, and it's also on a hinge. Unfortunately though, this one seems to be seized, like it seems to be there's no hinge in there. It's like it's either really over painted, or there is just no hinge at all, which is a bit strange. Then we have rotation at the waist. He has a bit of a ball joint there, and then he has got the crunchy kind of hinge there as well, so you get quite a lot of motion there. Leg wise, come up this far, they come forward, back, upper thigh rotation. You've got the sort of like hip joint that drops down as well. We've got a double knee that comes up this far. We've got rotation at the boot, and we've got a rocker and a pivot at the ankle, which is really, really nice. And then we can actually go through this guy's details. So the head sculpt on this guy is actually quite nice, very stern looking, sort of like a American flag boy, looking pretty cool on there. It's actually quite nice sort of paint apps on there. Coming down to his shirt though, it is a bit sloppy. We've got a sloppy kind of gold mark on here. The actual shoulders and stuff with the red as well looks really kind of overbled. And even on this part as well, you can really see that they missed the kind of like the seam and stuff around on there. On the actual kind of bandolier that he has going around, it just moves really horribly. It's done in a really kind of tacky looking green as well. But we have got a bit of paint up here with the accents of gold and that kind of sort of like a bright blue thing that they seem to have on these earlier versions. Around on the back, just extra details there, but still no other paint apps on there. Going down to the belt in the same colour green, we've got paint apps there for his buckle and this side here as well. Down onto his holster, again in the green, got a nice sort of khaki looking sort of like trousers with the darker green accents. And then you've got the armour with the gold and the blue as well, with the silver matching all his other accessories with the green wrapping around his boots. So all in all, pretty cool figure. I really like Duke to have him on the shelf, especially to go with Flint and stuff as well. So we're actually building up those Joe armies. So we just put him on the side there. If he will stand upright, just like so. Is he going to stand? There he is. And then we can actually bring in Snake Eyes as well for just building up the other Joes. All the other Joes are on the other side of the room, so I can't bring them over. But that is Duke. I do think he's not too bad, to be honest, especially for an earlier figure, and I would recommend. And obviously they have just re-released him with the Tiger Force if you prefer those colours. So thank you so much for joining this one. Don't forget to comment down below, subscribe, ding the bell, follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.